Every nightmare begins with a whisper. You're listening to Once Upon a Mic, where true horror finds a voice. Every town has its secrets. Some are buried. Others stand right in front of you, quiet, unblinking, and patient. This is the story of a boy named Daniel and the man he should have never seen. Greystone, Maine, Pop, 1911. The kind of town where folks wave to each other in the grocery store, and funerals happen more often than births. But something about Greystone always felt watched, like the fog that hung low even on summer days wasn't natural, like the town itself had eyes. Daniel, 17 and curious as hell, had heard the stories about the man always there at the edge of every funeral, standing perfectly still, watching, saying nothing. The first time Daniel saw him was at Mr. Carrow's funeral. He stood beneath a dying oak tree across the cemetery lawn. Black coat, pale face, thin hands clasped in front like he was praying something old and cruel. Daniel asked his mother, "Who's that man?" She squinted, then looked confused, then whispered, "What man?" No one else saw him, only Daniel did. Over the next 3 months, there were 6 more funerals at Greystone. Daniel went to everyone, and the man was always there. Never closer, never farther. Always watching from the same place, like he was anchored to death himself. Daniel tried to photograph him once, but the man never showed up in the picture. He asked around. No one knew his name. No one else remembered seeing him. Even when Daniel pointed right at him, then came the dreams. A long hallway, black walls, fluorescent lights humming above, and at the end, the man, always the man, standing, watching, and waiting. Daniel would wake up gasping, the sheets soaked with sweat and his ears ringing with silence. One morning, Daniel walked into the post office, picked up the local paper, turned to the obituaries, and saw his own name. Daniel Peter Moss, age 17, died in his sleep. His hand went cold. The room spun. The woman at the counter smiled and said, "Nice day, isn't it?" But Daniel, he could hear something else, a soft humming, like a choir singing from 6 feet below. He ran to the cemetery, to the tree, and there he was, the man, still and silent. But this time, he looked at Daniel, not past him, not through him, at him. Daniel stepped forward. "Who are you?" he said. The man tilted his head, smiled just barely, and said, "I watch the ones who don't belong here yet." Daniel asked, "Then why are you watching me?" The man blinked once. "Because you saw me, and now you will." Daniel stopped sleeping, stopped eating, and stopped dreaming. But the man kept coming closer. Every time someone died, he was a step nearer. And then, one foggy morning, Daniel's mother walked into his room. The bed was cold. The sheets were flat. The window open. They found him 2 days later, under the same tree, eyes wide open, skin like wax, and beside him a folded piece of paper. It said, "Now I watch too. If you ever see him, the man who watches the dead, don't look back. Don't blink. And don't follow. Because if you see him, he's already watching you." If you survive this tale, subscribe for more true horror stories shared every week. Have a nightmare of your own? Drop it in the comments, and you might just hear your fear come to life.